need a woman because I can just Uber. Do you think that because Americans have it, everything is so easy accessible, like Uber Eats, Ubers, and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's affecting
Yeah.
relationships because now it's like, oh, well, I'm
Instant
a
gratification.
dude. I'm a dude and I don't need a woman because I can just Uber Eats if I'm hungry or I
No.
can get over here.
No,
or
it's actually different. So women think like that. Men don't think like that. When men get money or have or get access, when men get access, we don't think of independence. When we
Okay.
get access to certain things like finances, more money, or just access in general, we think like we could create a family. It's women that have that mindset when they get more access and more rights and more freedom. Well, I don't need a man. Because what do I need you for? So on the flip side, what creates that is women in the workforce now, and we all seen it. Think about back in the 50s and before the 50s, women wasn't complaining at all. You know what I mean? Well, had other reasons for complaints. The complaints was different, but now the complaints is, oh, I don't need a man. You know, this and this, and the reasons why they don't need a man is because they're working, getting their own money. We have men created a good infrastructure in America that gave them access to more things like Uber Eats and you know, hair, makeup, and all of this other stuff that you could easily get, all these beauty shops, just a multitude of things that women are into. I'm saying that men created these things and women are taking these things as they should, you know what I mean, taking them, but their view of it is like, I don't need a man.
Right now.
So it kind of backfired on
It
men
backfired.
in a sense. Okay.
Well,
In a way, it backfired on them because I mean, like, if
no, it did backfire on them.
okay, all right.
I mean,
Yeah.
creating everything did.
Well, feminism made it backfire.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
It's funny because
That's
the
what they
men
push
over
for.
in different countries, they raise way differently than American men over here, because they actually talk about how the American men complain too much and they want us to work, while over there they used to just leading and taking care of stuff.
Yeah.
How
And the
y'all
women
how do y'all
expect
feel
the men
about that, since y'all want to talk
Yeah.
y'all ish?
okay, say that again. I'm sorry, I was reading chats. You said-
and do shit.
You said what though? I'm sorry.
I said I've heard foreigner men not understand why American men want women to, like, basically the whole 50-50 thing, like help them pay with the bills, and they're used to leading, taking care of
Oh, yeah,
everything,
yeah, I see what
the
you're saying.
traditional man and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, the reason why the American man, a lot of the American men have this mindset to want to go 50-50 is because they were indoctrinated to have that mindset. Not only was it indoctrination, it was the fact that since the woman, like, you got to think about it, since they were indoctrinated to think that, but it's also, I just lost my train of thought real quick. Hold up. Say what you said again real quick. I wanted to finish it up. You said the man, they have this view set of the woman that want to go 50-50, but then you said something else.
No, like, I've heard foreigner men, like, talk
Okay,
about
that's
how
fine.
American men, you know, they want to go 50-50 with the woman, and they don't really believe in that. You know, they believe in, like, the traditional man, like,
Okay,
the
that's what I wanted to say.
lead-in,
Yeah, I got it. Right. My bad. I got it. I lost my train of thought right there. So yeah, so over here is a little bit different because we have women aren't traditional, right? So
To add in that majority of women, you have to add in the conclusion that the majority of women aren't traditional. So if a female could say, "Hey, I'm not traditional," why would you possibly expect a traditional man in America? Because women in America are not traditional. Now, if you were a traditional woman, most likely you couldn't attract a traditional man, even if you're not necessarily attracted to you. You're not doing it because men is there, so you're looking for him. You pick me. No, that's your nature. So you're gonna naturally attract a man who's traditional, or you're gonna make him traditional. I believe all men, especially in America, want to be traditional, but they don't have people they don't have women that they could be traditional for. And if you do be traditional for a woman and it don't work out, the whole time you will be simping. You will be giving up your money, giving up your time, giving up your resources to somebody who's double sided you, doing this other stuff to you as your woman. So now I'm trying to let it change niggas. I mean men, niggas ain't trying to do that. They just not. I think that's really the whole thing. They just not trying to do that shit.
So then it's like, why should the man be traditional? That's where it's at. So that's the confusion. So not only was the man indoctrinated to have these beliefs that, oh, yeah, let's just go 50-50, but that was propagated by the feminist movement. It propagated it on a woman, which then instilled these same thoughts and these same beliefs into the man. It socially constructed their mind to believe this. But then on top of that, women aren't traditional women, right? So then the man is like, well, why should I be a traditional man? If you're not traditional, you're posting booty pics, you got an OnlyFans, you got all of this other stuff, but you want me to, protect and provide for you and pay a bulk of the bills when you got your ass, your booty cheeks up online? Nah.
So both of y'all just not traditional.
What I'm saying is, when a woman having her ass cheeks up online, because I don't cuss, so we put the H on it. When a woman having her booty cheeks up online, it's like, or just anything, when she's not being a traditional woman, the man starts to feel like, well, why should I be a traditional man and be paying for the bulk of the bills and really asserting myself and being ambitious to provide for you when I kind of got you where you had these kids already and you maybe was doing this? Is like, you might as well go 50-50. I mean, your cake ain't really all that sweet anyway.
So because she posts booty cheeks online.
That's for an example. I'm just saying, meaning I'm saying that this woman wasn't traditional. So then the man is already socially constructed to believe in this feminine nature anyway, like the whole 50-50 mindset anyway, like women empowerment, right? Oh, she could do it on her own. So think about it. If the feminist movement promoted that, oh yeah, woman empowerment, she can get it on her own, is not just promoting this into women, but it's promoting this to men as well, because guess what? Most men are being raised by single moms, so that single mothers instilling this into their sons. So then the sons go out saying that, oh, my mom is doing it all. So I mean, I get with a woman that's doing it all too. You know what I'm saying? So then this man has this mindset like, oh, okay, well, why would I have to do something? It's woman empowerment. She could pay 50% of the bills too. So what I'm saying is the feminist movement not only indoctrinated women, but it indoctrinated men as well. So that's why those men are less masculine, less assertive, and less dominant.
It makes him
yeah.
Okay. I mean,
That makes sense now?
and I don't like to be biased.
Oh, go ahead.
So I feel like you are correct, because when women decided we want to be slightly equal, we want to make a little bit more, we want to do more in life, we let them know that we want to kind of be on their pace, and then they're letting us do shit. And we got to actually pick up the pace, actually go to work, also take care of the home. And they're expecting us to do so because that's what we, I guess, essentially wanted. I guess that's like...
Which I got on this couch. I see y'all like...
Yeah,
I'm waiting for her to finish.
Go ahead. You got Jordan. You seem like you had something, and Rachel, y'all was over there moving while I was speaking. Go ahead, y'all could speak. And you don't have to agree with things I say. It's okay.
What we wanted, if we're getting it
I think
Go ahead, Jordan. Yeah.
I agree with some of it, but I don't agree with like when you say like when women get like when a man gets it, he's like, oh, I'll take the best option. That's kind of what a woman looking for too. Like if I'm set in my life, I'm not going to take like the bull crap. I'm not going to take the bullshit anymore. Like so.
Wait,
so
which part of?
Like I'm saying, if I'm if I'm not posting, if I have my money, if I can take care of things, I still want a man, but I'm not going to take the bullshit. I need a man. Like
I agree.
Also, like I feel like our generation is talking. We're talking. We don't go into dating. We don't boyfriend, girlfriend. Like my thing right now is if we're going to go on 3 dates, if you don't decide by the third date that we're going to be together, then like there's no point. So some guys won't
social
even
media messed up a lot.
Let her finish real quick. Land your plane.
Yeah, so I feel like a higher quality woman, they are looking for that same thing as a higher quality man. So it's not like being like a feminist, it's like, hey, step your game up with
Yeah.
us, guys. We're looking for that equal.
No,
Like,
okay, I get what you're saying. So
so-
you're saying I agree with your part as a classy woman, right? That has high standards in herself. She's looking for a man that has high standards too. I get that. Then you said, then you incorporated what you said, and I agree with that. Usually, women that's if she's not out there being promiscuous and she's preserving her value, then she's looking for a man that earned his value, because women are born with their value. So their goal is to preserve their value for the right man. Man, we're not born with any sexual value, so we have to go out there and create our value. And then, we have the pick of the litter, right? So that's those two there. I agree with that part. But then you said it, and then you put feminism on it. You said that feminism isn't you said that feminism is actually promoting that in women, to have women bring up their standards, and then also, that's what you said?
So I mean, like, but because when we were saying like these women, like we take the women that don't have a man, that say they don't need it, that they're feminists, but it's not like, I'm not saying they're a feminist. I'm saying they hold themselves higher, so they want people to come up. Like, it's not that they're. I'm not saying they're all
that's
feminists,
all women. So I'll help you out. So all women are hypergamous, right? Meaning that whatever level she is on, she wants a man either on her level, but she prefers a man above her level. So all women are hypergamous, no matter what social constructs, because hypergamy is a biology thing. It's not it can't be socially constructed on you. To a degree it can maybe suppress it or increase it a little bit, the hypergamous natures, but for the most part it's just a biology. All women tend to want a leader, right? What's a leader? Characteristic traits: taller, stronger, more competent, or as competent, and making just as much money, but preferably more money, right? So you're looking for a superior, generally, what a woman is looking for in those aspects. Right.
And I wouldn't even say that they need more money or anything like that. Like, you can, like, because I know people that make more money than their significant other, their husband, and they're fine with it. But it's like, what you have to also, like, what are you also bringing to the table too as well? Are you doing little things? Like, a woman's going to, like, make the dinners or whatever it is agreed upon in that relationship. But are you going to do that little thing, like putting the stuff in the laundry, or maybe warming up the car like before they go to work, or one random day giving flowers or something like that? Like, it's not that you have to make more money. It's not that you have to, like, you can be not a bum on the couch necessarily, but you got a job during the winter months, but not the summer.
So if
as long as you're bringing your
if that's the case,
table.
if you're saying, and you're speaking from like a general standpoint, right? If women tend to not really care about the money, then why most of the 50% of marriages end in divorce, 80% of women initiate those divorces, and it goes up to 70%, like 75% of initiate divorce, then it goes up to around like 90% when a woman has a college degree. So that means that women
he sound like a dude I know.
Yeah, that means that women, when they are making more money or out earn the man, then they tend to look down at the man, and then divorce happens. Because part of a woman feeling safe, happy, and secure in a relationship, and having like this peace in a relationship, almost that butterflies, she has to admire the man. So it's admiration. She has to look up to the man. If she's looking down at the man, then he could be doing these other things like you stated, helping out and stuff like that. I do agree with there's certain situations a woman, can be like, if I'm making more money than you, it's like this. It's very simple. Hypergamy is in a woman's nature. That means that she just wants a man that's better than herself. But the morality has to supersede the nature, right? So if her morality supersedes her nature, meaning that she's not looking at a man for just like a tool, pretty much looking at him to protect and provide, you know what I mean? At that aspect, her morality will be looking at him from what's in his heart. Then that's when it can supersede. Then she's like, well, I don't really care if you're making too much. And those women normally are religious women. They'll have some type of religious background, or those women, normally happens when those women are older and their value decrease, meaning that they don't have a lot of options. So they got no choice but to get a dude that's making less. So it's like it kind of works that
Now,
way.
let me throw
Go
back
ahead.
at. Now you're saying the woman is the reason for the divorce, but like with that situation, don't you think the man's
Well-
going to be a little bit insecure, and that could play a big part in it
If the
too?
woman
that,
is making more.
yeah, because that definitely plays a big role on it.
Got you. So a man is incapable of feeling insecure to a woman because a woman is not competition for a man. She's not competition. The
disagree.
reason I got you. I'll explain. The reason why a woman is not competition for a man is because naturally speaking and biologically, a man has authority over a woman.
But
A
then
man
if
has-
the woman's paying the bills,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel that insecurity.
Not insecure. A man is so insecurity, the definition of insecurity means not confident, right? So the not confident factor wouldn't come in because he's not looking for the woman to be paying the bills, right? He's not looking for that from her. He's looking for feminine, submissive, be my cheerleader. He's looking for those traits. So it's no competition because he's not looking for that in her, right? It's just like you're not looking for a man based off his like beauty. Like if he takes a long time to get dressed in the bathroom longer than you, like that's not going to make you feel insecure because you hold the beauty crown. You're the woman. Right. So it's like, well, why would I feel insecure if he's like taking longer for me? Like, I feel annoyed, but I'm not going to feel insecure. Like I'm not going to feel less confident in myself because he's prettier than me. Right. So a man isn't going to feel less confident in himself if the woman is making more than him. It's just like, okay, you're making more, but like I want you to be you're beautiful. So great. But like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even look for that. So, yeah.
Some men be insecure.
Are you speaking on
They
like the
do.
general stance?
I'm
of
sorry, I
being a man?
disagree.
I
disagree.
One mic at a time. Y'all talking at the same time over here.
Are you speaking on like the general stance of being a man? Because I feel like she's more speaking on the general stance, more so like there's some men or some men out there who will
Yeah.
get jealous of you. Like I don't know if they're secretly gay, but they'll get jealous. They'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, da
Not
da da.
secretly gay.
But I feel like you're more speaking on what a man really is. So is that like where we're going?
So I'm speaking from a bias. So this podcast is about male and female intersexual dynamics, and I come from a biological standpoint. So biology, what I'm saying is a man is incapable of being insecure, feeling insecure to a woman because a woman is not competition for a man. Like she can't compete with a man. There's zero competition. You're a woman. I'm a man. Why would I not feel confident because you're a woman? So all the goals that you're accomplishing, go out there and get your bag. But guess what? You get in your bag, it doesn't make you look sexier. Like Whoopi Goldberg. No one's attracted to Whoopi Goldberg. You feel me? No one's attracted to her at all. And Oprah. No one's attracted to Oprah, but they're rich. Them having money didn't make them sexier, but guess what? Say if a man, Kevin Hart, he's mad little. If he wasn't Kevin Hart, the dude that we know to be very funny and have millions of dollars, he wouldn't be getting as much poon as he's been getting for these years. He's married now, but you feel what I'm
Kevin's
saying?
Hart.
It's
So-
not about the money. It's just
No, but
like
what I'm saying is this.
an inferior type of complex thing.
Yeah, it's no inferior type of complex, and I'll explain it to you this way. Short men don't even have an inferior complex to women because most short guys, they'll date that tall woman because it's more
Yeah,
of
I've
a...
seen
No,
that.
listen. Because it's more of a challenge. They'll date that tall woman.
Right.
So it's like zero insecurity at all.
But some men do be insecure. Like just how
To
some
what?
women be
I have
insecure,
a,
some
like,
men be
example.
insecure. It's just
I got you.
It's
So
just common sense.
Yeah, I'm saying that men aren't insecure when it comes to a woman making money. That's my point. I'm not saying that a man can't
some
be
men
insecure.
be jealous. That like
Oh,
there
be
has
jealous.
been
I think,
yeah, it's the
situations like
reverse.
that.
Can
What's
they
that?
make it? Yeah.
It's the reverse. Like women
Yeah.
feel, and like they feel overly superior to if a guy makes less money than
They
them.
feel less of a
I just
man
know,
if
like,
they're not bringing in all the money.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me give you an example. What if I said y'all feel insecure? Let me ask y'all a question. Shout out to Myron from Fresh and Fit. He does this all the time on the panel. Let's give him some love. Let's give him some love on there. Do you want a man that's taller than you?
Of course.
Okay. Do you want a man that's stronger than you?
Yes.
Do you want a man that is more competent, smarter, intelligent?
Slow, so yes.
Okay. You said you're a little slow. Okay. And do you prefer a man to make more money than you?
Of course.
Okay, now what if I shamed you for your wants and I said that, hey, listen, what if I said that, oh, you're insecure for wanting that in a man?
Because in a
Sounds
sense,
like
I am.
gaslighting.
Because in the
No.
beginning of time, women are supposed to lead to men, like kind of look to y'all for
No,
our
no, no. But
guidance.
listen, listen. What if I said that you're insecure and no, no, you're not. And that you wanting that your preferences, you don't feel insecure for your preferences. Those are biological wants that most women want. That's not going to make you actually feel unconfident. So that's incorrect. You just talking, but that wouldn't make you feel unconfident because that's what insecure it is lack of confidence, right? So it's the same that y'all putting on us. We saying that. Listen, we don't care about the money. We want feminine, submissive, beautiful, and a woman that can follow our lead. Like, that doesn't make us feel insecure if you're making money because that doesn't even go with what we want.
No, nobody's saying that y'all care about the money. It's just there are some men that won't feel like a real man if they're not making, like, if they're not bringing in, the
I can
bacon.
help you out. Let me just give y'all an example.
Like,
So
they-
I get what you're saying.
Oh,
I get
okay.
what you're saying. I'll speak about myself. I said this on a podcast plenty of times, but I'm 34 years old, right? It was a time when I was 21, 20 years old. I was broke. And actually, I could say, and even in high school, I was dating a girl that had a BMW. She used to drive me around and give me bread. I've never felt insecure. And she gave me money all the time.
That's
in high
good
school.
for you.
No, listen.
Congratulations.
No, it ain't. No,
We
what
need
I'm saying.
that.
Yeah,
Like-
what I'm saying is, we're incapable of feeling insecure. Like, we can't feel insecure to a woman because a woman isn't our competition. We're not in competition with a woman. And generally speaking, not even generally speaking, naturally, a man has authority over a woman from a biological standpoint. We have an XY chromosome. Y'all have an XX. We're physically stronger. We're, more capable in other things. We are the protector. Naturally, we are the protector. So if you're making $1 billion and a situation happens, I still got to protect you. If I'm making $1 billion and a situation happens, I still got to protect you. So at the end of the day, it's like, why would I feel insecure about you making money?
Because
if anything, it makes my life easier.
No, there are some men out there that do feel jealous.
What you
of a
sensing
woman.
from the man, I'll tell you what you sensing from the man.
No, I'm not sensing. I've
Like, he
seen
said
it.
it
Even
out
if you
his mouth.
even if you're seeing,
Hey, I'm a grown ass woman.
Okay,
I got you.
wait.
I got you.
I'm telling you, women, see, men don't understand female problems. This is the problem with y'all. And I'm here to speak on every woman of every color today. We deal with men that can get jealous when they're making more money or they're bringing in the bacon. You're not like that. Congratulations. We need more men like you. But there are some men out there, unfortunately, that exist with this mind frame.
I'll
If
tell
the
you what you're
woman-
saying.
Could it maybe be
I'm gonna keep it honest with you. She will always have to deal with a person that's probably beneath her. She's not dealing with somebody that's over her for the majority because she's overweight. She's older. These people we back up the time. If you line her up with 5 people in the neighborhood, she's probably not the number one pick. So she's telling you from a 5 point standpoint, and she making her opinion a little too strong, which I understand. And typically, sometimes you deal with men and they're in a survival mode. So you're dealing with a man in survival mode. You not, and say that man changed. This guy right here, he said he was 21, he was in high school, whatever, and then the girl she had a BMW, maybe from, family and, working hard in her life. She got the things, he attracted her, got together, she was giving him money. Cool. But still, the understanding is, later on, as he wouldn't even pick a girl. Even if she had the money, he would take it, but he would pick a girl, and the girl would pick him, and he's gonna choose what he wants. And it probably wouldn't be somebody that he gotta work on, like fitness. So she talking from a different perspective, and I hopefully he say something not to shame her, not to call her fat, not to call her any type of out of her name. But hopefully he gets to something that actually pinpoints that you're dealing with a certain type of person, and you dealt with a guy who's in survival mode. That same guy could have met a same girl that year and did everything for her, even if she had money and take it. He said, "Oh no, I'm gonna get my own." He pays $2 to get able to buy a slice of pizza because he wanna show off for the girl. And the girl got 10,000 in the bank. That happened. Seems like that happened to me. I saw it. So at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, you got mad money. Oh, let me boost my shit up. Look, and I'm like, oh, and I was like, slowly showing my account, showing 7,000, 8,000, and it's like, oh, you got money too, because I saw your account, and I had to match it. Well, I had to get to it. I had to feel it. I didn't feel insecure, but it made me go harder. It made me understand that, okay, if I want to keep a person like this, I have to have this, and I got to be on this certain level. Maybe I was already seen on that level, but now I had to make it real and actually motivation. So I understand if you were a man and at a certain point you feel like, oh, this guy is, man, I got money or this. They say he asked you $100, or he give him $100. Then he asks you 50, you don't want to give it to him. Because you really the piggy bank. When the ATM don't work, I'm gonna get upset. I'm gonna get irate. I'm gonna start manipulating. I'm gonna start saying weird shit to get you to do that just for the money.
See
What do
that,
we see? Because I want
like, he's maybe feeling insecure because he's like, okay, she's making her own money and I'm not up to, like, I'm not meeting her in other
I
places.
got you, Mama Sita.
So-
I got you. I got you. Hold on. We'll get back to that. Hold on. Let me answer her question because I need this to be clarified here because y'all don't understand. So I'll say it another
no,
way.
I understand.
No, you don't. I got
do.
you though because you're not a man. So here it goes.
You're
right.
right. I'm not a man. I'm
What
not
you're-
trying to be one.
I feel you. So what you're seeing in that man, you said that. So if a woman tends to out earn a man and she's taking care of the bills and you start to see like this like almost like it's almost like like an attitude, almost like this feminine nature in a man. Sometimes it's like like, and that would be perceived as maybe jealousy or perceived as insecurity. That isn't that. That man is just an inadequate man, right? So that man has inadequacies within himself. So if he's an inadequate man already, he's incapable to really and to be ambitious and assertive and dominant like you really want. So what you're seeing in that man is just inadequacies, because competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to true genuine confidence. And when you got that confidence, that man isn't inadequate like that. He's really doing his job. So you just saying like low value dudes be acting like a low value dude, but they're not actually like insecure. They just not accomplishing anything.
Right.
Yeah, they were low value dudes.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
So this kind of goes back to the beginning when I was talking about the shoe situation.
Yeah.
I felt like it was kind of
Wait, shoe situation.
Yeah. So in the beginning, you was asking me if our relationship
Yeah,
got
don't move it.
toxic.
Just sit back.
Okay. If our relationship got toxic before in like the couple months or after like 6 months, and I said in the beginning because we were out.
Who phone is that, real quick?
I don't even know.
Mine, I'm a.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and get it. Yeah. Then you had that joint on super loud.
Sorry.
Oh, they watching. Damn.
But go ahead. All
We
right.
were in like, and you were saying it's the whole situation. I believe it could be depending on the situation and who's viewing it.
Yeah.
But someone kind of walked up to me. Let's say you like my shoes, and you're like, "Damn, where the you get that?" And I'm telling you where. I sell it. What's up? Come
Speaking
to
of
my
Mike.
website. Dang, website. Anyway, I was saying like, come to my website, check me out, see what I got going on.
Yeah.
A person comes behind you, mad as hell. Why is this man talking to you? Starting a whole argument in the casino. Is that not jealousy because he's talking to you? Despite the fact that he wants your shoes. The man is mad because this man is even in your presence talking to you. They don't care if you're a business
So
owner.
no. I'll let you know. So men naturally have an instinct just to protect their girl, and it's not a jealousy. We just don't feel. It's a feeling of like. Well, one, I don't know the ins and outs, right? But let's just speak specifically, right? So let's say you doing what you got to do. You talk to a man. He's not around, so he doesn't know what you're talking about to that man.
Right.
The only thing he can just assume, right? So at this moment, he can make an assumption, and his assumption can be a few assumptions. Is this dude trying to flirt with her? Okay.
That's why I said
Still,
it could be both.
no. Let me protect her. If this
Right.
dude is trying to flirt with her, let me save her from this situation.
But wouldn't you come up?
The other thing is, okay, so you good? Your baby daddy calling you?
No, everything.
She said. All right. All right. So, I mean, back to you, right? So within that, it still comes from protection. The other factor would be, what I'm saying is just, it could be a multitude of things, but even within that, it is an insecurity. If you are speaking to another man, insecurity is like not confident if she's talking to another guy. No, I want to know, it's not going to make me feel not confident. Well, what is this dude talking to my woman for? And not only that, why is my woman even engaging back in a conversation as the most part? Because dudes are going to talk to our girls, but it's about how the woman, a masculine man that is confident, right, is about how the woman is going to handle it. My girl, she's in the mall, a dude comes up to her, talks to her, for example. Let's say that happens, right? Talks to her. I'm going to be sitting there looking back like, how my girl going to handle this? Well, that's going to be the main thing. And if she don't handle it properly, she's for the streets. She's not going to be my girlfriend after that. So at the end of the day, that's how I would handle it. I'm like, yeah, this dude probably got less than 1 second because she probably about to turn around and run from the dude, scream, ah, like the white girl's doing. The cops gonna fly in, SWAT team gonna fly. You know when white girls scream. Jordan, scream right now. We got a SWAT team here right now. Do one scream. Do the white girl scream. Rachel and Jordan. Cop, dang, they about to take us. SWAT team coming in. Helicopters outside. Nah, but anyways, I'm saying like, that can be a situation where maybe the man is insecure. That could be a situation there where there could be an insecurity, maybe the way he handled it. But still, even there, I would still refer to the protection mechanism, because at the end of the day, he's your girl. That's your man. He's your girl. That's his girl. So It's like, why is another guy talking to you? Let me protect what I have. Because a man looks at a woman as like, yeah, it's like a little treasure. Like, I want to protect this right here.
Yeah, we're his little baby.
Control.
Like, that's what I was.
It isn't control. Like, let's go to the negative words.
I feel like if you would have seen it, I know he's a man, and y'all like, oh, power to the brothers.
I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that is not a man can't be controlling. We do know guys are controlling, but you'll see he would have other tendencies that he's not really a good man. Right. It wouldn't just be controlling.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah, I got you.
I just want to.
If you know, like, that dude ain't really controlling anyway, then it's like, really, he was probably trying to protect you.
See, this is my fault. And my mother told me, he's not the one for you. I don't like what he got in his eyes, da-da-da. I'm like, he taking me out. What you mean? He good. He's taking me out. He's doing this, that, and the third. But that's what I was looking at. I was looking at materialistic and not how he's treating me, not how he's looking at me or talking to me, but she was.
You was blinded.
So, like, yeah, blinded. And that's why I'm saying to you, like, I really think that was control, in my opinion.
You think okay? So you came back. You with the dude. So you with a controlling dude?
Yeah.
We together in my mind, because I told him if we have a child together and we're.
Can you just speak in the mic? And Steve, can y'all hear her good when she's like moving around?
Yeah.
I'm moving
still
like
okay?
ADHD and anxiety.
Yeah, but still try to like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It is far away, but you can say.
Okay. Go ahead.
So for me, I feel like, one, I can say I have daddy issues. My father was there, but he wasn't there. He was there to just make sure we good, make sure we got money, make sure whatever. But he wasn't telling me about how other men was. So I'm sitting here falling victim to other guys at the young age and not knowing, okay, I'm fucking up. I'm fucking my whole lifetime up. But that's kind of what I've been doing for the past couple of years, because I never had guidance. And the guys I'm dating says they have guidance, but because I got daddy issues, I dated older men. So.
Well, I mean, we should take some accountability.
I can take accountability. I know how to acknowledge.
I'm saying you don't see guidance.
Let her go real quick. I got you.
Okay. I'm saying like you saying that you don't see guidance, but you saying your mom was already telling you like he's not the right one for you, which is almost like you was you know what I mean?
Guidance.
Not listening to that.
Listen.
So like, you know what I mean? So you did have guidance. You just chose
later, I think, though, because she did that.
Let her finish.
I'm sorry.
So it's like it's now you good. So it's like, so you chose not to listen to those things. So it's like, I get it. You can fall victim because you may have trauma due to younger things of not having the daddy issue of having the daddy issues. However, now that you are old enough and smart enough to know enough, and if you would have listened to those things, you're not going to still not suffer from the daddy issues, but you are still listening to what's being informed to you. You know what I mean? So now you're in a situation that you complicated, that you said at the beginning, and you know it's bad, but you're still not listening anyway.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't have to be complicated. You have the idea, you have the thought of what you need to do and what you should do. You just choosing not to do it.
He made me to
Look,
the
and
point
before
where
we
I
get
can't
into
even
the whole
talk to-
because I'm way smarter than that. You know, I require
You
marriage.
could
before I
okay.
could-
Men go through their own life stages. Men. I'm not talking about boys. Because you have some men that are 40 years old and they should already be in the king stage. King stage means that he's already financially stable. He's already at a place where he has built his home or he is ready to build his home. He is ready to get married. This is the reason why I say if a man is 40 and over and he's not married, he's a no man, okay? 9 times out of 10, there's always exceptions, okay? But I'm talking about it as a general rule. If a man is 40 and over and he is not seriously dating somebody with the intentions of marrying her, he just been jumping from one relationship to another, he's damaged goods. Emotionally stagnant. He's stuck in the childish night stage.
So, this is actually something that I have heard a lot of women agreeing with.
Damaged goods.
And a guy who's just playing around. And first of all, I want to drop a poll because I just want to get a feel for what the audience thinks here in the room. The poll here, is it a red flag for a man to be over 40 and single? Now, I don't know if even women nor even men really understands what it takes to build yourself up as a man and really be qualified and ready to run, manage, lead a family. Because it takes a bit, it takes a lot. So I actually want to get my brothers here perspective, because when you hear that coming out of this young lady's mouth here, and many here in our culture, hey, yo, what's the first thing you think?
I think I 50% agree with her. You know, I think that if I'm 40 and I'm not financially stable, that is a red flag. If I'm 40 and I don't have a relationship with Christ or striving to have a relationship with Christ, that is a red flag. If I'm 40 and I'm still living at home or still renting an apartment with my homeboy, that is a red flag. But I think the 50% where I disagree at is singleness is not a curse and marriage is not the answer. One of my good friends, Pastor Darius Daniel, said that, and I think sometimes we have to step back and before we assess someone simply because of their age, let's have a conversation with that individual and have an understanding of who they are and what they're doing. And so for me, you know, I'm financially stable. You know, I have an established business. I'm walking the line with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Not perfect, right? But the reason why I am single today is not because of another woman. It is because of Anthony O'Neill and some of the immature decisions that I've made in the past when it comes to actually dating. I could have been married and I should have been married, but I was immature to do it the right way. And so now that I submit myself to wiser, older couples who are in the kingdom, who are guiding me along this journey, I'm going to be married soon. Don't get it twisted. But I do believe that there is a part of this, what she's saying is true. Any of my brothers who are in my circle, and I think honestly, if you're over 35 and you're financially struggling, we have a deeper problem. Period.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Trap, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
I look at it from a similar perspective, and I hear him, and I'm like, dang, that's so good, because I'll use myself for an example. All right, so all right, let me say this. People can be in love with the aroma of marriage and being together, but not know what it costs, right? That cost can be very expensive, right? And so I look at myself and say, maybe a couple years ago, like I was dating this woman, right? And the residue of what I had came from was still in the pot.
Facts.
Still in my heart. Right, I come from the streets. Like trauma is embedded in who I am.
Facts.
Right, and so I had this woman really like love on me in a way that I had never experienced in my entire life. Talking praying over me. I'm talking support at the highest level. Patient, the same thing that Galatians 5:22 talks about, right? Fruit of the Spirit was in her, right? And so for me, my way of loving her was telling her about my past. My way of loving her was taking on lavish trips. My way of loving her was like having her around my kid. But I never expressed it because the trauma in me said that if you express this now opens up a sense of vulnerability that exposes you in a way that when I was 16, I got set up by a woman who wound up having a gun put to my head, which wound up making me shoot a man, which is how I go to prison for 10 years. And so my past experiences, because we can only live life through the lens of the experiences we've been through until we get into a connection with God.
Facts.
And so I wasn't all the way there yet, right? And so I had to tell that woman in the moment, like, yo, you know what? Like, I can't love you the way that you need to be loved because I don't have the tools.
Wow.
I don't have the tools. This is 2 years ago. Wow. Like, yo, I don't have the tools. Now I'm a 40-year-old man when it comes to success, when it comes to business, when it comes to loving my kid. Like, I'm top tier, but emotionally, I'm bankrupt.
Yeah.
I'm bankrupt.
Would you say spiritually you was bankrupt too?
Yeah. Because I was seeking, but watch this, I wasn't seeking in wholeness.
Right.
My heart posture wasn't right.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I told her that, what I did was, I don't know if it's the right or wrong way, but I isolated myself. I went to therapy. I went to seeking that wise counsel.
Yeah.
That married couple that's married and they seek God, Pastor Don, Eric Thomas. Like, I'm seeking these men and I'm laying at their feet like, bro, like help me. Help me figure this out, because in my mind, I knew that woman was my wife.
Yeah.
But now you got to do the work on what it takes to be a husband.
Right.
And so now you got to get in the book and understand. I just asked my partner, I said, what is love to you, bruh? And so he answered all these questions. I said, but we can't gauge love on that. If we gonna really gauge love, we got to gauge love on what the book tell us love is.
Yes, sir.
It is gentle, it is kindness. Watch this, it's long suffering.
Yeah.
It's patient. So I had to redefine my idea of, oh, this is why I couldn't love her, because I had the wrong definition. Because where I come from, my definition of love was, are you willing to die for me, dog? Are you willing to go to jail for me, dog? You willing to risk your life for me, dog? You willing to risk your freedom for me, bruh? Or if you ain't willing to do that, nah, we good, bruh. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I had to transform my idea of it. And so I agree with her in ways, but I also understand we also got to take into account the value of that man and what he been through. Like, because if he's never been in a situation where he's truly been exposed to love, how can he give what he's never received? I can love my child because that's my blood, that's flesh of my flesh, that's blood of my blood. I'm a tap. That's an innate nature. But to love someone who doesn't come from the same blood as me, that's a whole different level of vulnerability and exposure that I have no idea what it is. Right. And I had to go out in the wilderness and learn what that was and seek that through the word. And now I come back and be like, yo, okay, I have the tools now.
Yeah.
And now that I have the tools, now I judge myself on how do I move forward.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was that the first woman that you think that could have been your wife?
First woman in my life that I ever said I love you to. I said it after I've been to therapy, and after I was like, yo, I love you.
How did that feel when you said that?
Man, I felt vulnerable.
Yeah.
I felt scared. I felt defenseless. I felt at the whim of what she said next.
Ooh.
Well, wait.
First off, let me tell you something. I am also in my first vulnerable relationship. First one. And it's a feeling like in your chest when you telling some business that you ain't never told before.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
And you saying something that you probably ain't never even told your closest boys.
Facts. Or your parents.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really like.
What about you?
I disagree.
Why?
The expectations that you set from the beginning is how a man's gonna treat you from there on. And like, yeah, I get the whole coffee thing and stuff, but like for me personally, I take my time very valuable. So I'm going to ask all those questions before the first date. I don't need to get to know you before the first date.
Really?
I should already like be asking the questions, like whether it be through text, phone, FaceTime, because then if you're actually getting the privilege to like go on a date with me,
Privilege?
that's a big step. Yeah.
What about him?
Facts.
Both. I mean, I see it as both.
The privilege?
The privilege?
Okay.
The privilege?
All right. Out of curiosity,
Yo, Mark, get her, man.
yeah,
Yo, Mark,
you're picky, right?
Yo, get her, Mark.
You're picky with
All
the men
right,
that you
there it
date.
goes. Yeah.
You're picky with the men that you date. Okay. Do they got to be taller than you?
I mean, I'm 5'5", so yeah,
Okay. Do they got to earn more than you?
Short.
of course.
Be more
Broke.
intelligent or competent than yourself?
Of course.
Okay. So the man that you're looking for more than likely is kind of rare. Would you say most men are unattractive to you?
But we didn't talk about attractiveness. You
I'm
said
saying
tall and
that's a component of him being attractive.
okay. No,
So-
he doesn't have to be a 10, honestly.
No, of course not. But
Okay.
I'm saying like a majority of men, do they meet your standards?
No,
So yeah. So by definition, you're selective and you're picky.
correct.
Okay. Now, do you think the man that you're going to go out with more than likely is as selective as you?
Yeah, I would think so.
No, they're not.
Well,
They're not. Men are not nearly as picky as women. So
Yeah.
who really has the privilege?
Facts.
Ooh.
okay.
Because I don't think women understand that, like, you guys are very replaceable. You even said it yourself when she gave her own traits. Hey, there's another girl that can do that. Well, you're very right, because the threshold for us to be attracted to a woman is very low. Be attractive, don't be a pain in the ass, don't be a whore. We'll go out with you. But you guys, on the other hand, I need to be tall, I need to be charming, I need to be cool.
Money,
You know, she went out with some millionaires, and she said they're not interesting, they don't have a vibe. So it's very hard to please women. So the reality is, if you're going out on a date with a guy, that means he's been vetted to some degree. It's really your privilege to go out with him.
Okay.
But I always find it interesting how, like, girls kind of like look at it like I'm the prize. Not really. I don't think so.
You're not.
Boy, bruh, I was just having this conversation with somebody. They was like, women, they go all around the world. They fix themselves up. They do all these things to find a man or to get this one guy. So in reality, who's the prize? If you doing all this stuff, you getting BBLs, you getting your teeth done, you getting all this shit done. You out here walking around fancy to get this guy attention. So who actually is the prize?
Well, the point is that
I'm not getting
I'll make it even fun. I'll make it even funnier. The girl don't even got to do all that bullshit. And she'll
That
get the guy.
part.
Yep.
Tell me about it.
You know what I mean? So here's the thing: since women are more selective, right, and they have higher standards, that means by definition the man that they're dealing with is rare, right? So if the man is rare, who's really the prize? Who's easier to replace? Supply and demand. Attractive men are low in supply, demand goes up. Attractive women are in crazy supply. There's a bunch of them. So are they really in demand? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, there's a reason why you go on a music video shoot. There's 2 or 3 rappers, but there's 30 girls. You go to a nightclub. There's 1 or 2 dudes in a section, but 50 girls.
Yep.
Right? For men, we want quantity. For you guys, you want quality. Why is it that I can have multiple girlfriends with girls knowing that I have other girls, and it's fine, but it would never work the other way around?
Nick.
Women are okay with sharing men, and women understand kind of deep down that, like, men of value have options, and you guys really don't have as many options as you guys think you do. You guys actually have less options than you guys think you do. Because just because a guy hits you up on Instagram and says, "Hey, baby girl, you hot,"
Hey,
or some
bitch.
dude hits you up on what was that, Hinge or whatever, how many of them are real candidates?
Not many.
A majority of them are not. Look, you how long you been in Miami yourself?
I literally got here yesterday.
Okay. Did you go to the club yesterday? Or you went out?
Yeah.
How many men approached you?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. How many of them do you even entertain or talk to? Maybe 1 or 2?
No, they were not kind of in the caliber that I was looking for. So.
Rich.
No.
Wait,
I was in Wynwood, so.
Which
club?
No,
I was at Dirty Rabbit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've never been there before. My friend took me.
But and I don't mean to use to like pick on you, but I'm just using that as kind of like a raw example. Like you get a girl here, right? She comes in from Ohio and she's out and about, and then all these guys go up to her and she's giving a majority of them no time of day.
Yeah.
So it's like that means most men are not attractive to most women. And I guarantee for all of you guys probably experienced that. a bunch of guys might come up to you, talk to you, or whatever, and you reject most of them.
Yeah.
So if a guy does come along that's attractive, who's really the prize, ladies? But I think women kind of come in with this whole thing like, I'm the prize. It's a privilege that you're hanging out with me. The guy reads on that and he's like, man, fuck this. I'm going to just have sex with her. I'm not going to take her seriously.
And I don't.
Kicks it to the curb. Because most girls don't really like, do enough to keep guys around. You guys really don't. You guys think, I'm the prize. He needs to fucking do this.
Work for me.
Play hard to get. Work for me, whatever. Do you guys really think that's going to work for a dude that has like 5, 10 other girls he's talking to?
Nope.
You said something earlier that kind of alarmed me. I didn't want to bring it up. But you said something earlier with your guy. So this guy, right, that you were talking to for like 2 months, right? You guys had a little argument, right, on a disagreement. And then you were just okay with cutting it off and ending it. Who do you think lost out on that?
I guess he did.
No, you did. He can get back out on the market and get another girl. Clearly there's a proof of concept there that works because you're hard to get, right? So he did something right. And he's going to just go back on the market and get another girl. You, on the other hand, you're back in the market, and it's going to be harder for you to find a guy because your standards are higher. You make quite a bit of money, probably day trading. You're probably successful. You don't sound like to me. So by definition, you're going to need a higher caliber guy.
Yep.
So who really lost out there? And I find it interesting how like you're willing to throw that 2 months away because of a disagreement. But this is what I mean when I say modern women are terrible at keeping men around.
Well, no. I only threw it away because he, what's the word? It wasn't just a disagreement. He like blew it out of proportion. So we had a disagreement, and then for 2 weeks, we're not talking the same and so forth. So
Why didn't you apologize?
I did, and I said it's not even
Stop
worth
the
like
cap.
keep talking about it. Like let's just move on. It's
cap,
fine.
bro.
But
It's cap,
he
bro. Hey, bro,
kept
that's
that
not
in the back of his
apologizing.
mind.
That's not apologizing.
That's not, bro.
Okay.
It's not apologizing at all.
Yeah.
If anything, you're trying to minimize his
Yeah.
concern.
Facts.
And this is a common tactic that women do. You minimize the problem to try to trivialize it, make them look stupid. Like, why do you care about this? You're being emotional. When in reality, he might probably took it as a form of disrespect. Like, what the fuck? And the thing is that, like, with certain levels of guys, like, you need to apologize and you need to, like, understand your place and know that, like, look, the level of disrespect that men are going to tolerate is almost always attributed to their level of success. So the more successful the guy or the more attractive he is, the less tolerance he has for disrespect. So you not acknowledging your mistake and kind of playing this game like, I'm the prize, I don't got to apologize to you, right? But you might not have said that overtly, but you probably might have thought it, right? He's going to look at it like, man, fuck this.
This Diddy. So I'm finna put the squeeze on and give me a couple dollars and just ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just nobody believed that was really Diddy beating me back in. But now y'all motherfuckers believe the video, right?
So, Nicki's always been at Jay-Z's throat, but she really hit the mark this time. The rapper dropped an insane video of Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and Diddy getting down and dirty. Of course, none of them are happy about the situation. Like me.
What's going on, man? Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Where you from?
Trinidad.
Trinidad. You in Trinidad right now?
Right now.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Talk to me. What you got for me today?
Well, I have a situation that happened with me and wifey. I want to get your opinion on it.
Sure. I'll be happy to give my opinion. You said that's your wife?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me. What's up?
All right. So, last weekend, we was hanging out with some friends.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a group setting, so everybody was talking to everybody. But I had this one friend of mine, we pulled square, and we was having a separate conversation. And wifey was having her separate conversation with some others. And in between the whole convo, she turned to my friend, and she was like, what are y'all talking about? And he was like, mind your business. So she turned to me like, you know, she found the way he dealt with her disrespectful. So I turned to her and I said, hey, relax. Two men talking, even self fiancé like that, you kind of butted in a kind of way. So I told her, hey, relax, two men talking. And I left it at that. And she...
You said, know your place.
Right. Or
two men are talking, know your place.
Yes, that was my words verbatim. Know your place. So she got offended by it. And I continued to tell her, hey, two men talking, know your place. And she's like, so she found it disrespectful and she wanted to know if I ain't gonna say anything to him about the way he responded to her. And it caused a whole lot of bacchanal.
Got it.
Was my
Yes,
response,
what's your question?
Was my response disrespectful or legit?
Okay. This is a good question, man. And it's I'm only laughing because I'm not laughing at you two. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you two. I'm only laughing is because I respect the courage of you joining a stream, a live stream, and explaining your situation that you and your wife is having.
Like to be real, no fugazi. That's why I support the
no
podcast.
fugazi. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So, can you put the camera on her as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask. You know what? I'll just answer your question directly. Your question was, with what you said disrespectful, or did you speak out of line to your wife?
And we were in the company of friends. It wasn't just the three of us. It was
in the company of friends. Yep.
Yeah, we call it a line, but it was in the company of other persons.
I understand.
So that we embarrassed.
So I'll be direct and I'll be respectful to both of you as well. Can I have your name, young lady?
I'm Leah, Leah.
Leah. Okay. And I'll answer your question directly to you, Roy. No, you did not speak out of line, and no, you were not disrespectful. Leah, your wife, was actually speaking out of line, and she was the disrespectful one. Furthermore, Leah, you have to understand when a man is... Okay, I'll explain why. Furthermore, Leah, you have to understand that when men are speaking and you are in a public space, that's what the man is doing, and you follow his lead. He doesn't follow your lead. So if you're going to interrupt, right? And even though another man said, hey, mind your business. And then you get upset like, wait, what do you mean? No, you should mind your business because there are men speaking. If your man, Roy, wants you to join the conversation, he would speak to you and get your opinion or perspective on a conversation by saying, hey, Leah, come here, come on over. Yeah, meet the guys. And he would introduce you the proper way instead of you budging in a conversation, right?
And then second, hopefully he said this now, but secondly, he should 100% me. He should 100% go, yo, whatever you feel disrespect, I'm gonna check him. You don't worry about it. One, you should never have clean out in the first place. Cool. But I'm gonna tell him, hey, yo, partner, don't talk to my wife like that, man. And depending on the degree of what's going on, he might even come and apologize just to make sure things is icing on the cake type shit. But other than that, I got it. And you already stepped out of line, so you already caused this ruckus. You don't know what level of manhood we in. We could be gunplay, we could be drunk. You don't know what type of people they in. Just like, all right, this person's superior. This is my boss. Like, you don't know. So at the end of the day, you need to really mind it.
Now let's just strip everything, all layers apart. Because I'm just speaking about the hierarchy of a relationship when the man is the leader. But let's just strip it all down to even if it's not a relationship. If you go ahead and get in someone else's conversation and you're like, you see a group of people conversing and you're like, you stick your neck in it like, hey, what are you guys talking about? Everybody that's in that group has the right to say none of your business, peace be gone, right? And that's not disrespectful. You are the one actually being disrespectful, budging in their conversation. The proper way to do things is to do things, you want to have manners. So even if you're not in a relationship and you see a group of people talking, the proper way to do things is, hey, excuse me, my name is Leah. Yeah, I heard all of you speaking over.
I'm gonna start this one here with you, Yada.
Yes.
Because we popped off with Anton last time. Should men be open to dating women with children?
He know better. He know this about to go so bad. No. Can I be truthful?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can I be truthful, please, brother?
This round you can't be there. Last round it was a little rough.
Okay. I don't believe, personally, that we should put our women in boxes. If a woman has a child or doesn't have a child, a good woman is a good woman. My wife had a child prior to me. And I love this child loves me, but the child also knows that I'm not her father, but I play a role as a father figure in her life. She's probably watching right now, and if you're watching right now, baby girl, I love you, and I'm thankful for you. When a man is able to lead, guide, and protect, when a man's able to walk with the attributes of the Most High God, it doesn't matter if the woman is single or not, because if a man can lead, he can lead. It doesn't matter if the woman has 3 children, 2 children, 1 child, no child. If the man can lead, he can lead. I believe, my opinion in my heart, that when a man is truly invested into God and into bettering himself, God's going to send him an aid, regardless if the aid has a child or no child. I don't think we should keep telling women, oh, your value is lowered because you have children. That makes no sense. Now, brothers, I believe that if you're unable to even deal with your own personal emotions, I think you should stay alone and by yourself, or get with a woman that has nothing else going on. Y'all can probably grow together. But when you're coming into a woman's life that has a child, you have to be able to lead. You have to be able to father. You have to be able to teach. And you have to be able to love unconditionally, because I love my wife's child as if she's my own flesh and blood. So I don't believe, personally, that we should put a woman in the box because a man might overlook a divine asset sent to him by God just because she has a child. I don't agree to that. And that's like me telling a woman, overlook this man because he has children. No, I believe an asset is an asset. A woman that has a child isn't a liability. And if she's coming into your life to help you maneuver into becoming your greatest version, because a woman can help a man become greater emotionally and mentally, she adds on to the man. And if the child is there, this man, especially if he doesn't have children, he can learn how to father through this. So ladies, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Men, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Some of you, or some of us, me included, weren't taught how to properly wait until marriage to have children. So I'm speaking to the brothers that's trying to figure it out by themselves. I'm speaking to the women that's trying to figure out by themselves. Love yourself and never lower your value, regardless if you had children or not. Excuse me.
There you have it.
We 100% disagree on this one.
Okay.
The previous two, we had some overlap and we had some agreements. This one we don't. I like to get to the core root of the problem. And I think that what we do as a culture and as a society is we enable bad behavior by saying that it's okay. And it's not. It's not. The person that you have children with, the person that you have sex with, that's your husband, that's your wife. Before any of these Western modern laws that then incentivize people to get married, the person that you opened up your legs to was your husband. And so we have.
I'm sorry. He really went in. He went into the perspective that I wasn't thinking about the shoot. And he really superseded religion. Well, whatever you want to call that shit. He superseded the idea biologically. You with somebody to have a baby, there was no more incentive. You there. You stuck. Care what he did. Only way you move make another one husband or something if he died. Other than that, then you're with him.
Have too many broken homes, and we're trying to puzzle this thing and Tetris it together to justify that it makes sense. Now, is there circumstances, because I'm never going to speak on somebody else's situation. I speak in general. I don't know him. I would never speak on his children or his wife. That has nothing to do with me.
I appreciate
whatsoever,
that, brother.
Right? So I have the utmost respect for him and his family.
Thank you.
So I'm just speaking in general. All right. So I want to make sure that I preface that, because I don't want there to be any attacks. Right.
Understood.
But my point is that we need to get back to the core and the root, because if you removed the safety net, people would be more accountable for the things that they did and who they opened up their legs to. Right now, more than ever, there's a pandemic, an epidemic of women celebrating women having children out of wedlock. And we know that statistically speaking, that is a bad situation. You are more likely to end up in jail. You're more likely to join a gang. You're more likely to need therapy. You're less likely to be successful when it comes to future relationships. You're less likely to become a millionaire and earn as much. You're more likely to have debt as a result of student loan debt and things and so on and so forth. And so if we gonna solve for this problem as a culture, we have to remove the incentives for people to think that it's okay to have families outside of the covenant that God has ordained for us to have. Now, do circumstances happen? Absolutely. But it absolutely does not. That is not the majority. Most people are intentional. And let me address something else that he said. By the time that we are able to bust one, we know what's right and wrong. You know that you should not be having children out of wedlock. This is not something that we have to discover. At a very basic level, we know better. And that's why I can speak to men when I say the majority of men, especially black men, do not have children out of wedlock. That is a small minority of men that is populating the majority of these women, and we don't really want to hold them accountable because we know that women are the biggest consumers. And so again, I'm not here to make people feel good. I'm here to tell them the truth. No, I do not think that a man needs to practice becoming a father to a child that's not his and trying to figure it out to negotiate and work with another man that wants to probably at some point participate in this child's life, because it is a zero-sum game. And I know so many people that regret the day that they ever decided to get into a relationship with a woman that then ultimately should have went back to her child's father. Go back to your child's father and work it out. Because that's the person that you created the covenant with. That's the person that you married according to God's law. Go fix it. That's what you need to do.
Now, what if a woman is saying that this man is just absolutely egregious? That's just somebody I was. It's not even something that I can repair, go back to.
It's not about
how
you.
How do you give that woman
It's not about
advice?
her. It's about the child. Everything that you do at that point to bring somebody into this world that didn't ask to be here is what's best for the child. You remove yourself. You got to put down with self and up with God. What is in the best interest of that child? Is it in the best?
Ask some test questions. What state do you live in?
I'm a single mom. Of course, I'm only available between 7 and 9 p.m. I'm a single mom. Of course, I say I want a date, and then when we actually plan the date, I decide to do something with my daughter instead. I'm a single mom. Of course, I'm going to say I'm going to bed at 7 p.m. and then end up staying up to 12 midnight because this is my only free time. I'm a single mom. Of course, I'm going to go on a date with you where you'll probably end up learning more about my child than me.
I wouldn't imagine anything because you're not even on a caliber to date a single mother. You
ever hear a guy saying like, oh, you have a child, or oh, I don't want nothing to do with that. They probably don't have the means to take care of your child because they're broke bums and we don't want those men anyway. But real, true, high value men are going to be seeking or not avoiding someone because they're a mother.
You need to have a man pay for the babysitter if he wants to take you out.
Ladies, set the standard high. Set the standard high, especially since you're a mom, because it's not just about you anymore. It's about you and your kids.
I find it really stupid when I see men trying to make it a point that single mother standards are way too high. But wouldn't you think that a good mother or a good woman, period, would want the best for her children and want the best around her children? So you best believe that my standards are going to be through the roof. At this point, my standards are so high, I think I'm looking for Jesus Christ himself.
Make him suffer. You want to know why men respect men and they don't respect nice women, good women? They could ask for a woman to be the perfect girlfriend, the perfect wife. You give him the moon, the sun, and the stars, and he still will fuck you over. Even after you were good to him, you did everything he told you to do, he still fucked you over. That's because he does not respect you.
Now, ladies, let's just look at this. Does this look like a woman who did everything she was told to do? Is that the vibe we get here? Blessing as a man, is that the vibe you...
Let's do Jason Lee first.
Your egg has to fight to the death to live with my egg. Exactly.
No,
I am the holder of that egg.
6 kids.
That's my hope, yes.
All right. And what state do you live in?
I live in Texas.
Texas. How much is a man going?
As a woman, your job is to be an assistant to your man. Like, he's a star, you're not. Because here's the problem, right? When women are the star, I'll explain what I mean by this. When women are the star, or women are the focus of the relationship, or they're the leader, or they're the one that's making the money or whatever, problems come up. Because when women feel like they're better than you, you guys want something else. But if we feel like we're better than you, we want to share our betterness with you. That's why I always say all the time, like, guys should just focus on their career and making money and becoming the best version of themselves, because women benefit when a guy does better. But if you're focusing on your career and making more money, etc., the man doesn't benefit. We're going to probably lose you as a matter of...
Little Tim is no longer facing...
So women, we find 80% of men is ugly. Not okay, not unattractive, but ugly. That's why I know we're all sleeping with the same guys. Because women find them all ugly. The difference was before, you didn't have access to the hottest guys. You didn't have access to the celebrities. You didn't have access to... It doesn't even have to be celebrities, but just the hot guys on social media, dating apps, Instagram, right? So, you know...
That you say that, because I've always thought it was the opposite. I didn't think that women chase, although we should, I didn't think that women chase after quality. Like, it seemed like a lot of women, or maybe it's what they attract. They attract those guys who need fixing and they need help, and we sit there and we try to be
so
that
that's something
woman.
different. So here's the thing with women, right? So you have your hypergamous nature, but in most cases, so hypergamous just means, once again, you look for a man that's quality, that's doing better than you. But then you have this other side of you. Remember when I said that women are only loyal to their emotions? So this other side of you, that's the part you really prioritize. So you prioritize your feelings. Everything is about the vibes. Well, he just doesn't feel right. I don't want to date him. Like for her, for example, she had all those other guys in her DMs, but something just didn't feel right, but she chose Tyrone. So Tyrone qualified for her. So that's what it is, right? So it's like, yeah, you have your hypergamous nature, but in most cases, you prioritize your feelings. So that means that a bum broke dude can raise you up at the right time, saying the right thing, right timing, meaning if you're vulnerable, saying the right thing, being charismatic. You know what I'm saying? So he can still slide in between them soul gaps and knock you down a few times. That's how it happens.
Agreed. I have a question.
Sure. But does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't agree with it, but I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Okay, but what part don't you agree with? That's fine. If you don't have to agree, but let's have the conversation.
I just feel like most women don't really go after that hype. How would you call the word?
So hypergamous. So I didn't say.
You said we go off with how you emotions.
Feel. Yeah. So the hypergamous. Sure, go
maybe
ahead.
It's because I'm speaking personally.
Yeah.
That could be the situation. I've never.
That could be the case.
Right. I've never felt like I've looked for something that was better than me. Although I probably feel like maybe I should, but I don't feel like I feel like I give guys equal opportunity. Like, it's about my vibe and my connection with you. It's never about what you could do for me and what you have to offer. I'm more of a connection type of person.
So you prioritize the feelings, the connection part. But the thing is that you still are looking to satisfy the hypergamous nature of you, because you go for potential. You're not going to date a guy or talk to a guy that has no potential. What is potential? Well, potential of being, doing better than me at some point. If I'm making $60,000 a year and I meet this dude, he's attractive, he's charming, he's nice, but he's only making 30. Well, you're looking for the potential in him to see, maybe he's just going to get his stuff in order. So you're looking at the potential, but what is that indirectly trying to satisfy is the hypergamous nature. So that's what that is.
So though, I might agree to disagree, but I don't think that's how I view it. I don't.
Well, you
if
kind of
I'm-
just
I'm
proved it. You kind of just proved it. What you said right there. You said that you look for the connection. So that means that you're prioritizing your feelings, which proved my point.
Got that.
Women are only loyal to their feelings. So you're looking for a dude that can rizz you up, a charismatic guy. But then you said that you want a guy that has potential, right?
I didn't say that. I said.
Do you want a guy that has
feel like-
potential?
Our PhDs, MBAs,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. And so
But what's the
becoming
disagreement about though? we gotta
So
get to
the
that.
disagreement is about how, I guess, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you've mentioned like basically going from the home, like going from your father's home to going to a marriage, basically. And I feel like there should be time to explore. I'll just be frank, to explore your. Not being a hoe, but to
Stop right here. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Before, what do you think the average woman can learn out in the world experiencing other men that can make her? No, I didn't even finish the question. Put yourself in a man's position. What can a woman experience of value with other men that I will find valuable?
I feel like she can gain a sort of what's the word? Like you probably gonna roast me for this, but you gain a certain sexual skill. Like you talk about a woman should be able to, keep a man fed and then drain his balls, but you do pick up certain skills when you're out there. I'm not saying being a hoe, but just having a few.
So you can't do that with you. So you think a man would find it preferable that you would do that prior to him?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know because
The answer is no.
Yeah, but a lot of
Hold on.
No.
See, many of you women believe this, that it will be preferable. So what you're basically saying is men who are territorial by nature and want women to be as close to virgin as possible. You know that, right? You know men don't want women with high body count. You know that, right?
I know that, yes.
Right. So what you're actually trying to sell is that there's a value in a woman getting out here and riding the cock carousel for a couple, 3, 4 years. That's actually going to be valuable to him as an asset. It's going to be an asset for me to go to the country club with you and Daryl saying, man, she's a great fuck. You mean to tell me it's going to be valuable? I take you to the mayor's ball. And he said, yeah, she sucked me off. And no, ma'am, no.
That makes sense.
No, because men are territorial. We don't. The fear is really, I think, honestly, if we're being honest, I think this is more of a fear from women. I want to get out and get it out of my system because if I don't get the kind of dick I like at home, at least I can remember what it was when I was young.
Mm-hmm. But is there not any value to getting it out of your system? Because, I mean,
you're still not supposed to have it. You're not supposed to be a hoe. It's not supposed to be in your system.
Well, not a hoe. I don't agree that
you're not supposed to crave. You're not. Okay, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about black folks. Did you watch the show that I talked about sexual professionals? Go back and look on the community tab, or just be honest. How many times have you been around your sisters and they will tell you, black women will tell you, they left the men primarily on sexual grounds?
Yeah, a lot of women do.
I've talked to hundreds, thousands of black women before I did that show. I interviewed dozens, and each one of them shared story. And this was women from 22 to 70, all sharing the same stories, decade after decade after decade. The only reason women were that way is because of an appetite that they had before the man that was suitable came along.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I don't see. So if women find themselves to be wrecking their own homes because they are been imprinted sexually by another man and they continue to keep looking for that same sex, you shouldn't have had it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Women are not really supposed to get out here and have whole phases.
Mm-hmm.
Why, do you understand why that is, though?
I do understand why that is. And the
biochemically, women bond differently.
Yes, that's very true. And you pick up more damage along the way.
So there is, I have.
The thing is, in order to communicate about something, we have to be able to communicate on any sort of level at all whatsoever. But the thing is, your resort to anything when it comes to women is derogatory terms, which is why I brought up that the day that you do have a daughter, or if you do have a daughter, is that a man is going to treat her the same way that you treat women.
You do realize I didn't.
So
I didn't
realize
ask
that.
you.
Realize that, and that's exactly what the fuck is going to happen to your daughter, or if you do have a daughter one day.
You didn't answer the question.
And that's exactly it. The thing is, you didn't try to communicate. You just try to point fingers at women, and
I'm trying
that's
to communicate right now. If you have
okay.
a problem, right? Isn't it incumbent upon you to identify why that problem is happening and fix it at the cause?
Right, but you could have asked us, ladies, do you agree that the dating arena right now is a shit show? Yes. Okay, we agree that there's a problem. Now, how do we fix it? How do we fill in the gaps? Where do we go from here? That is how I would particularly have run the podcast, but that's just
podcast, though.
Yes,
So,
sir. You're absolutely right.
So it is
That's
irrelevant.
my point.
No. But what I'm saying is that we had a discussion on chivalry.
You didn't
right?
have a discussion. You just said, this is what I think, and I just want to hear what you got to say, and you're dumb, and you're stupid, and you're fucking dumb, and you're this, and you're that, and you get the fuck off, and if you don't agree with the fuck I say, you're fucking dumb.
You remember what I said?
And that's literally it. You didn't have a discussion.
Do you remember what I
You
said?
didn't want to hear other people. You didn't want to try to come to sort of compromise with people.
You're
You just
asking
wanted
for
to
our opinion
derogatory.
right now.
That's
So
my point.
Give
You're
your
asking
opinion.
for my opinion, and my point is you didn't try to come to any sort of conclusion with any woman on this table.
I mean,
you just
we
tried to
are,
serve a
like-
derogatory term to every sort of fucking woman on this table, and that's okay. You have a mother and you have a daughter, and
That
you're
doesn't
going to
have to do
have
with
a daughter
anything.
one day,
That doesn't
and
have to
that's
do with
okay.
anything.
Don't worry about it.
That doesn't
Don't
have to do
worry.
with anything.
That's okay. You don't gotta listen
Once
to me
again,
and call me crazy as much as you fucking
all I
want.
simply said
and
was,
say all the
right,
things you want
I was-
about me
I
as you want to
articulated
fucking
why
say.
chivalry is dead, and my stance is that
Because
women
of men like
are
you.
more responsible
Because of men
for
like
the
you.
death of chivalry than men
Because
are.
of men like you.
Because men adapt to the sexual marketplace,
Like
and
you.
women
Men
like bad
like you.
boys.
Men
So-
like you. Because there's women that
so-
are happy with women and their lives right
Can
now.
I say what I was going to say, please?
But okay.
And then I gave you a chance. Okay, well, who do you think is more responsible? You went on a rant, then you said social media, then you went to go on to the government, and we said, okay, well, tell us exactly how it's the government. And then you went on to say it's because of the music. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
I
And you're
never said music. I never said music. You can run back the clip. You can play that shit back. I never said music. Did I say music?
like, you did.
Did I say music?
You said music, movies,
I
pop
said
culture.
music. I didn't say music,
You did.
movies, pop culture. I said the world
did.
and the way that the world is.
See,
the pop culture has a
This is
lot
a
to do.
perfect example.
The thing is, pop
This is what
culture
I mean.
wouldn't even
Can
be
you
a
be
thing.
quiet for 2 seconds?
This is my
See,
point.
here's the
You
difference
asked for
between
my
me and you.
opinion, and you're telling
Here's
me
the difference
to
between me
be
and you.
quiet. This is why I don't fucking
I
talk.
listened
nigga.
very closely to everything you said, and I was listening because the only way for me to refute your arguments, I have to listen, understand, and then come back with a rebuttal. You, on the other hand, haven't been listening. You've
That's
just been
okay.
talking.
Mm-hmm. You asked for my opinion, and you're telling me to
And I was
shut the
listening
fuck
to your
up.
opinion.
But that's great. Okay,
I was listening to your opinion, and,
Okay.
and I'm asking.
You clearly were, you were hearing, you weren't listening. But
I was
that's okay.
listening very
Common
closely.
sense isn't common, and ignorance is such a fine thing in men. That's crazy. And you are the prime
If
example.
I was able to literally
Right.
re-say everything you said, that
Okay.
means by default I listened and I understood it, which is why I came back with a counter.
Clearly not. You're entitled to your opinion, and that's great. Just as I'm entitled to mine, you didn't cut it.
The controversial topic is that single moms can raise sons on their own.
No, that's impossible. You can only show them how to be a good woman.
Men that our mothers are telling us to be don't even exist in her bed. Our mothers are telling us to be the kind of man she can't even attract into the house. So how can she guide me to be a man when she don't even have a man? She don't even know a man. Her daddy was fucked up. Her brother was fucked up. My daddy was fucked up. She had a baby by my sisters. How can she tell me what kind of man to be? She ain't mama, you ain't got a man. Or hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Of the man you got, look what kind of man you got, mama. How you gonna shape us boys to be this kind of man that don't even exist but nowhere in your head? That's what's happening to the black boy, trying to listen to his mama become a black man that don't even exist nowhere but in his mother's head. With these unrealistic expectations of a man.
Yo, Charleston White was preaching on that. Shout out to the Duke Calypso Org.
One of the things I always wanted to ask you, man, why was Shreveport the destination spot for your studio?
It was because they already had the infrastructure. Like, they had already had the tax incentive, everything there to have a business be functional. Like, if you think about, like, New York, L.A., the studios out here, they're paying 58% the taxes now. So if you was on the 39%, you're already going out of business. If you don't scale back, you're already going out of business. So a lot of them that didn't make adjustments in California, I'm buying equipment from their companies after they filed bankruptcy.
For cheap prices.
Hey, pennies on the dollar.
Now break down Shreveport, because a lot of people have never been to Shreveport. But, you know, people say it's a very violent place.
You know what? Look.
But that weekend.
That's a part of a reputation that we don't know, because when we did, like the time that I did go, that we had zero violence. You know what I mean? For 4 days straight. And I don't know nobody that said that they didn't have a good time. Like, and for me, like, when I get into these pockets, of course I tap in. I'm gonna get into the neighborhoods and make them understand what it means to the town, to the city itself, if it goes the right way. And then you don't have no violence. Now, a lot of times if people go there and they don't know where you from or what you doing or how. In every neighborhood, it's a little bit of it's an element there, something going on there. And then for it to be nothing. They almost looked at it like I had to go to Louisiana to meet with the governor, Jeff, to talk about the taxes, because they was talking about changing it and kind of carve out what I would need to be comfortable staying in that place. Because there's look, at that point, Charmaine, I didn't have time. We had 90 days, bro. Like, even look at the car show scenario. Like, it was like, let's do it. We hit a roadblock. I go, no, let's just do it anyway. Like, let's just do it. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to make sure we had something for everybody.
How much did you spend that weekend?
About $5 million.
Out of your own money?
Yeah.
Because there was you didn't have no huge sponsorships and nothing like that, all out your pocket. You built a club. People don't understand what you did, and it's hard to describe it. Like, you built your own club. You built your own car show, fit gym. You brought your own restaurants. Like, you built a city in Shreveport for that weekend.
But just to show them what would happen. Because then you get 35,000 people to come to the town. The hotel taxes for where people staying in, not only on the Shreveport side, but the Bossier side, they raised the hotel prices when they see so many, the demand for it. The flights went from $239 to $1,200.
Coach.
Yes. You know what I mean? And you're going, man, why y'all just can't leave it $200? Leave it there, because we need everybody to come. You know, but it almost was, it builds excitement when you do it the first time and it's successful like that. They showed out, like, the people of Shreveport not having any altercations or not doing anything. I think it also attributes to the morale of law enforcement. Because when they're being paid, like, I was paying them damn near $65 an hour. So I had to spend additional $600,000, but they were in a good space. So they're not looking to arrest you. They're looking to keep everything cool. And I think that temper, for law enforcement, when they come out there like that, everybody chills out, because it's like they're not even tripping while we tripping, or you don't want to prove nothing when everything's going smooth.
So everybody got taken care of except for Hurricane Chris.
I was literally about to say all of that, and Hurricane Chris still has something to say. I know you posted the clip of him. Like,
they need to try and sell a record, man. That's a part of our culture also, right? And that publicity tried to build some sort of noise to drop a record, and it didn't work, because it's just like, when the whole event and everything is positive, and you come with, I'm gonna kill somebody energy, and they go for what exactly? For building the economy in a city that needs it. When you got that many people there that understand it, the smarter people that's there look and go, this fool just want clicks on the thing, like on the machine, because you can't. There's nothing negative about it. You can't find a negative point in that specifically. Even I took away from hip hop and made it humor and harmony. Made it the comedic side of things. Let's laugh. Let's love music, bro. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being, because that energy, if we bring that and then something happens, they go, oh, it was this that did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people assumed that we couldn't have a good time there, but we, you know, obviously we did.
And you had Louisiana artists there.
Yeah.
And P was there.
Fredo
Bang.
Look, Fredo gets played in my ride. Like that kid, I don't play it. Hey, baby, like that was 1,000 years ago, bro. Like that's not in my playlist. Like, you know, like these kids, like Fredo, look, he was like, yo, I don't even know I know the word for word the songs because I'm listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? And it's I had a good time. Even some of the other artists, real local artists, they got a chance to rock. You know what I mean? He just was upset because he wasn't a part of that, I guess.
Now, when you look at some of these
complicated you guys have made this issue. It's really not this complicated.
It's not. And I agree with you in the fact that it's not complicated. But I also think that there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect in the communication between both men and women in the sense of.
What do you think that is?
That I personally think of what value really represents, because I think that a lot of times in the communication of it.
Hold on. Who gets to decide?
Ultimately, I think it's the couple interacting's decision.
No.
Ultimately, I think it is because you have high volume women who lead. Who lead, but you also have who lead. Now, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying
no. And you're still talking.
I'm not saying. Listen, can I have an opinion too?
Well, you cannot over fucking talk me, and if I have to
I'm
do that
definitely
again,
not trying to do that. I'm sorry.
But you're still running. You're still talking while I'm talking. That's over talking. Okay. That's the only rule I have. One. Why do you ladies seem to, when you hear me raise my big voice and you continue to talk, what do you think is going to be the outcome of that?
I'm trying to talk to you. The same way you're talking.
Do you think is going to be the outcome of me raising my big voice and you continue to talk? You think it's going to be a good outcome?
I'm trying to see where I'm supposed to.
That means, thank you, non-responsive. In other words, fuck your opinion, fuck your big voice. I'm going to say what I have to say. Then if you're going to keep talking, you don't want to hear what I have to say. You can have your own opinion, but it's wrong.
Okay. Can I come back with my statement?
Go ahead.
Okay. So my question is just like a woman is in being fit and feminine and being agreeable and being But is there a point where I'm like I was considered?
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
That's my only question, because I feel like it's very important as a high
Holy
value
shit,
man
look at that rabid
to
hyena
feel like you
just
are
ripping this guy's nuts off.
Emotionally, because I'm supposed to emotionally and physically and mentally support you in what you're doing.
I want you ladies to understand that she's talking and she's asking my opinion, and every time she takes a breath and I don't say anything, she continues to talk. I have no chances. We're supposed to be talking, right? No breath. Ma'am, if you got to talk that long, you're fucking wrong. Because at the end of the day, who determines the value? The buyer or the seller? Women determine value when it comes to sex because you decide who has sex. You determine who gets born. Men determine who gets married.
Yes,
you guys can turn. You guys can turn down a proposal, but you don't initiate. We do. So men determine the relational value. And what you're saying ultimately is just some version of partner stuff. And at the end of the day, man, bottom line is this: if you're not getting your value, maybe your value is too high. Instead of telling, because this is just what this is, guys, is another version of guys need to bring more value. Maybe your price is too high for what you really are.
Okay. I would like to know more.
You are 2000 Honda Accord with 300,000 miles on it. You don't put $38,000 on the sticker.
Okay. So how did you determine that value?
The car is 20 years old with 300,000 miles on it. You don't get brand new prices.
Is that price from birth or from the age of?
This is not. Remember when I said it's not that complicated?
It's not. It's really not, and that's why I'm trying to make sure that I'm not
the ultimate.
it, you know?
What? Okay, if you don't feel like you're getting your value, okay. Let me see if I put it to you this way. You ever go to a pawn shop?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not easy to be a single man in your 30s in America today. I just went to.
No, everybody's trying to figure out how to pay me off to shut me up because they think money gonna shut me up, and money ain't gonna shut me up. I don't give no about money. If I gave a about money, I would have continued a relationship to work with Jay-Z.
So Jack Will Wright has been exposing the darkness.
He'll be there to trial. He won't get a bond. They go Diddy him. He won't get a bond because it looked like he was trying to flee. Yeah, it looked like he was trying to flee. I just seen a post that he made the other day. I think day before yesterday, where he was saying if you don't hear it come out of his mouth, don't take it for nothing. But he self-identifies and self-proclaims himself as being the voice of the streets. So all that will and can be used against him.
Were you shocked when the news broke last night?
Oh, homie, I was shocked. Because I've been paying attention to the transition he's been trying to make for the last 2 years, and it looked like he was really transitioning. Went to rehab. Yeah, I was real shocked, homie. Yeah, I was real shocked. Him and Aiden Ross was together not too long ago. They were staying somewhere together. So Aiden was trying to get me and him to sit down together to do an interview possibly, or just to meet and hash out what we could hash out. And I agreed to it. I don't know if he did. We never got around to talk about it anymore. But yeah, homie, I was real shocked.
Yeah, I want to hear my opinion on the Lil Durk situation. I ain't saying he guilty. I don't know what his situation is. But if life is going good for you and you come from poverty, we risk so much of our freedom, time, and life trying to get where we at to put ourselves in a position where we can take care of our family and our responsibility. The best revenge was for King Von. I'm not saying Durk guilty or anything, but the best revenge that you could have got for King Von was stepping up and taking care of his kids. We ignorant. We
because I'm way smarter.
Ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I did a video with Ronnie Boy a little bit ago, and he said some things about Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug and how that murder took place and all that.
Nobody was really at his funeral, bro. And that's because they want to be in favor of Young Thug. Young Thug is finna be the next Jay-Z in the industry, to where everybody is looking up to him and afraid to go against him. Look at this, bro.
So I go meet this girl at her place, right?
Well, can me and you be together then?
Sure. After you call on Jesus and the therapist to get a makeover.
Hey, guys.
When hip hop began, never forget this business model. When hip hop began, okay, Cool Herc. Here's how it started. Two guys don't have nothing. Between the two of them, they have 10 cents, a nickel and a nickel. How they gonna get money? It's about perception. One guy says, I'll keep on bringing and singing it to your ears, it's ringing and steaming, gleaming and dreaming, true MCing with meaning. And then the guy over here says, that shit is whack. That's whack. The guy who heard that now says, damn, I'm whack. Now, the guy who spit the rhyme and the guy who said he was whack are back to poverty. Here's the other side. I'll keep on bringing and singing it to your ears, it's ringing and steaming, gleaming and dreaming, true MCing. Yo, that was crazy. Yo, that's the illest lyric I ever heard in my life. Yo, do it again. I'll keep on bringing and singing it to your ears, it's ringing. Yo, man, you hot. Man, that's dope. Damn. Now, the two of them just rose.
Do you want to know why it's taking so long for disclosure? It's because the powers that be saw
the future and what's going to happen when they disclose everything. Because here's a sad fact. We live in a world with AI, with clones, and with different alien species that are in human form, whose souls incarnated from somewhere else. But on the AI and the clone side, they have no idea that they're just existing here. They have been implanted with memories that are not even theirs. And I say this because in the last 3 years, traveling around the world, I've seen and met them firsthand. They can't remember the first 20 years of their life. And it's not just one person, it's different people.
Like so what? Infidelity is your main thing?
I mean, yeah, infidelity would be like a really big issue. But like, what are the obstacles? Like, I'm willing to I know like marriage